Tesla has unveiled Cyber Cab and Robo van to close out this year. These self-driving vehicles were more impressive than previously rumored. However, we noticed that many people were disappointed because what they had been eagerly anticipated seemed to be missing at the recent event. We mean Tesla's Model 2, or the affordable car that Elon's talked about several times. Model 2 was only $25,000 smaller than Model 3. And that was also absent. This sparked discussions that Tesla might have cancelled this car to prioritize Cybercab, but no. Model 2 still on track and will hit the streets early next year as confirmed. This is what you need to know, or why it didn't launch Cybercab and Robo van. So welcome to it. This is Tesla Car World. Thanks for being with us. Tesla's We Robot event is exactly what the company had been working on for years, as Zon first teased the car without a steering wheel or pedals at Tesla Autonomy Day back in 2019. It's hard to believe that such a car would exist, but it's fine. Finally, here the Cybercab is indeed a fully autonomous wheel robot that looks a lot cooler than the previously leaked prototypes. The event also unveiled a Robovan with a design that is a bit bizarre but undeniably stands out from other vans, and many believe that the third vehicle featured at Warner Bros. Studios was the Model 2, since prior to that event numerous analysts and sources were convinced that the affordable car would be the highlight instead of the Cybercab. In the excitement and anticipation of each super product passing through the crowd, Tesla closed the party with Optimus. At this point, it seemed that the majority had realized that there would not be a third car at the event until now, and many people were still wondering where is the Model 2 and why didn't it show up at the event. So now we'll explain the reason why Model 2 did not have a place at the event. The truth is the affordable car still on track for release. Contrary to the cancellation rumors, it's expected to debut in early 2025, meaning the next launch event could happen in about 6 months. Model 2 will be a more compact version of Model 3. However, Elon decided not to talk about it because soon as he announced it, this would cause the Osborne effect, causing Model 3 buyers to delay and create a huge amount of inventory and also affect car deliveries. That's the first reason. The second being that Tesla didn't bring the Model 2 to the We Robot event is because Model 2 just didn't fit the theme of the event. That's autonomy and robotics, and when you look at Cybercab, Robotaxi, or even an Optimus robot, they all rely on FSD to operate, meaning they're all robots. Will robots, humanic leg robots? Yeah, it'd be pretty out of place and kind of inappropriate to just bring a normal, even non-FSD enabled car to the event. So for these two reasons, the absence of Model 2 makes more sense than its presence at the event. But don't get too worried about the negative rumors out there, because Tesla cancelled his plans to produce Model 2. Just listen to what Elon has to say about it. We won't get too much into the product roadmap here because that is our reserve for product announcement events, but we are inra to devil to deliver a more affordable model in the first half of next year. Although Tesla has confirmed the launch timing of Model 2, most people still have doubts about this schedule, as even the Cybercab is expected to begin use by the end of 2026, so people might think Model 2 will be a matter of 2 more years or longer. However, it clearly has a reason to appear earlier than Cybercab in our view, considering that the exterior, interior, and chassis are basically done, and Model 2 does not have to just sit and wait for necessary regulatory approvals for autonomous vehicles. Just a few minor changes are needed to bring the $25,000 electric car to market. Therefore, compared to the Cybercab, it is much simpler when it comes to the design of the Model 2, and we're not too certain, as Tesla tends to keep its products well hidden until their official release. The most accurate depiction of it comes from the official teaser image shared in 2023 at a shareholder meeting, showing the curved roofline of a vehicle with a design that looks a lot like a Model Y SUV and Model 3 sedan. Now, earlier this year, a Lowe's Grainer photo of the two-door hatchback began circulating, showing that the Model 2 was under development at Tesla's Gigafactory in Germany. This is not an official image from Tesla, but many believe it to be a legitimate leaked photo of a compact prototype about 30% smaller than Model Y parked next to it, and no other theory fits better than it being the Model 2. Since then, there have been no other leaked photos of it. This is not too difficult to understand because you know that Cybercab was hidden very well and no one knew about its real design prior to the event. We also got news that Cybercab was only tested at night to avoid paparazzi, and it was always camouflaged, so till Model 2 gets launched, no one can 100% say one thing or another about its design, but we believe that it's not going to be like Cybercab. Instead, Model 2 will be a compactor version of Model 3. Why do we say it's not going to be like Cybercab? Well, the truth is we've seen a lot of articles and info out there claiming that Model 2 will be looking like Cybercab Robotaxi because they share the same next platform, and since designing it like a self-driving car could save the manufacturer some comfort, meaning fewer additional design elements, the assumption is that the Model 2 will basically be a Cybercab with a steering wheel, pedals, and extra seating. Now, on the surface, that might sound logical, but it's just not true. We're willing to bet that Model 2 and Cybercab will actually be way less related than people might think. First off, Model 2 and Cybercab don't use the same platform as people think, while both are part of Tesla's future line up and fall to the compact car category. Their production processes are different, as Tesla confirmed the Cyber Cab will be built using Tesla's most advanced production line known as the unbox process, whereas the Model 2 gets produced on the current line just like the Model 3. According to internal sources, Tesla has not finished developing the unbox process yet, which is why Cyber Cab is not expected to go into full operation until the year after next, but the affordable Model 2 benefits from being produced on the current platform, so Tesla won't be facing any delays with that. Putting Model 2 on a different production line than Cybercab makes them less alike than people expect. While Model 2 will be about the same size as the Cybercab, its design will resemble a more tiny Model 3, rather than looking like a Cybertruck-inspired Cybercab. We think this is a good thing because the Model 3 is highly rated and considered one of the best cars to buy in 2024, both in terms of price and technology. Model 2 is expected to be at about 20% smaller than Model 3. Initially, people thought that Model 2 would be produced as a passenger hatchback, but now it's more likely to debut as a small crossover, which fits better with the current market. When you look at Cybercab, it also has a more conventional shape than anticipated, a two-seater with an aerodynamic design. Overall, it's likely to resemble a compact crossover, a lot like what you'd expect from an affordable EV, while all Tesla vehicles have a sporty feel. Model 2's 0 to 60 acceleration might be a bit slower, clocking in somewhere between 5 and 7 seconds. It'll feature Tesla's instant torque, but the driving experience may be less exhilarating, and the suspension quality could be toned to some extent. However, just because it's minimalist does not mean the design's going to be boring. Tesla's not going that route, especially after all what we learned from Cyber Truck, so we can expect an improved design for Model 2, particularly with features like the light bar. We think the light bar fits perfectly with Tesla Eve and really enhances the look of Cybercab. Cybercab is set to be an automated version of Model 2, with the only difference being pedals and the steering wheel. Since Cybercab hits the streets in 2026, Model 2 might not be far off. As far as Model 2's price, it's likely to stay around 25 grand. Musk stated that the Cybercab will be priced at under 30K, and it makes sense that Model 2 will be in a similar range since they're both smaller, cost-effective vehicles. Of course, the reason the Robotax is priced below 30K is due to its smaller battery pack, simple design, and lack of steering wheel and pedals. But for Model 2, how will Tesla manage to save costs? Great question. We think the answer is pretty simple: by removing full self-driving, the company's self-driving technology that sells for around 10K, albeit incompletely. So they remove FSD and add a few components that aren't found in Cybercab, like the steering wheel, pedals, rear windows, or row seats in the back, and voila, you end up with a $25,000 test of Model 2. Furthermore, Model 2 is expected to have a battery pack of around 50 kW, along with other cost-effective techniques such as using less expensive motors and just a more basic interior. Now, don't get us wrong, Model 2 will still be able to take at least 4 passenger places, but less cargo space compared to Robotaxi. This minimalist interior design that Tesla is known for will likely focus on software-based controls instead of traditional buttons and switches, and the seating will likely be more standard. We can deny that range. The battery pack is where the cost savings can be, and can easily be a few thousand. Look at the cheapest Chinese EV. So Bid Seagull, for example, has a standard battery of 30 kW with under 200 mil range, which is great for the city, and its sales numbers prove that. So saying who wants a car with just 150 m range is kind of naive. However, we believe Model 2 has a higher range than the Chinese models. While the specs are still being finalized, analysts are pretty optimistic that Model 2 could hit somewhere between 200 to 250 miles on one charge. Tesla may hold a separate launch event for Model 2, as Elon said during the second quarter earnings call, but based on the timeline he provided, the launch event could happen for early next year. Now, in our view, it's not just the Model 2 that's in the pipeline. There's another standout model expected to debut next year, potentially right after Tesla breaks out the Model 2, as earlier reports have confirmed. Following the refresh of the Model 3, Model Y is next in line for the redesign. The 2025 Model Y is expected to undergo changes in its outside design, interior, and performance. Tesla sales this year have seen a decline, partly because many customers are waiting for the next version of Model Y, codenamed Juniper Project. Over the years, this Tesla SUV has been the best-selling electric vehicle in the US and one of the most popular cars in places like La. It's also ranked among the best-selling vehicles in the globe. However, after nearly 6 years since its 2019 launch, it's starting to show signs of fading in the market. 6 months ago, Elon confirmed on X that Tesla would not release a refreshed Model Y this year, and this announcement was made to encourage customers not to wait for the new version. So of course, it was also to avoid the Osborne effect. So 2025 will be the time when Tesla's ready to launch Model Y Juniper. We've seen some reports that its new battery pack will be much better. This means it can increase the range or shorten the charging time. Quite exciting, and not inferior to Model 2. Another cool piece of news about Cybercab that's being discussed is its charging speed and charging time. During the recent launch event, Elon emphasized that Cybercab will not be equipped with an aux port. Instead, it's going to have inductive charging. Elon did not elaborate on how long it'll charge wirelessly, what the charger will look like and how fast it will charge these things, but in a surprise Tesla actually revealed some details about Cybercab's wireless charger. As could be seen in the video, the wireless charging pad is an angular square that Cybercab backs into. Interestingly, the animation of Cybercab's charging session showed a charging power of 25 kW at 35% with rumors of a 38 kW battery in the Cybercab. It means 2 hours of charging for 180 m range with margin to get a charger, so realistically this car could be utilized as a taxi 22 out of 24 hours, and yeah, there may no longer be a reason to charge faster than this, and it would mean that the batteries last even longer. Interestingly, Tesla posted a video of a featured render of the Cybercab with a battery pack that seemed to be comprised of 4,680 cells. EV battery industry watcher The Limiting Factor and a post on X confirmed that Cybercab may be equipped with LP4680, so if Model Y Juniper or Model 2 uses this type of battery, it would not be surprising. The 4680 is clearly Tesla's best one, designed to help reduce the cost of AVS. Using the 4680 battery, which is made in-house, is also a way for Tesla EVs to qualify for the federal tax credit of $7,500. For instance, your base price of Model 2, if it is indeed $25, $5,000 customers then only need to pay $175 to buy it. Of course, if Tesla does opt for LFP for Model 2, that wouldn't be too controversial either, as this battery is currently used in about 70% of Tesla's EVs. If Tesla can bring LFP battery production for Model 2 to the US instead of bringing it in from China, it would also make the affordable electric vehicle eligible for the federal tax credit. Elon first hinted at the idea of a more affordable Tesla during the company's Battery Day in 2020. The goal is ambitious: make a high-quality, fully electric vehicle at a starting price point. The key to achieving this lies in Tesla's advancements in battery technology, particularly the new 4,680 battery cells, which aim to reduce costs while improving range and performance. However, to this day, not much is known about Model 2 other than the fact that it'll be a smaller, cheaper electric vehicle with a starting price point of $25,000. Long considered the sweet spot for consumer vehicles. All automakers want to make low-cost cars to reach a wide customer base, but Tesla's been slow in developing the Model Mod 2. With increasing expectations from the market and a strong commitment from Elon Musk, Tesla's Model 2 is expected to be a big shock in the auto industry by 2025. Consumers looking for a cheap and modern car will not be able to wait to own this car, and the launch in a Model 2 will certainly attract millions of customers. The fact that this car did not appear at the WIAD event does not mean it has been cancelled. On the other hand, it's on the development roadmap. The difference between Model 2 and self-driving cars like the Cybercab will give consumers more choices from features to design. It is predicted that when the Model 2 is officially launched, it will not only satisfy the demand for an affordable car, but also affirm Tesla's position in the global electric car race. The combination of advanced technology and reasonable price will make the Model 2 sell like hotcakes, creating a booming next year 2025 for Tesla. Elon Musk's Tesla Model 2 has the potential to revolutionize the electric car market by providing a high-tech, affordable option that makes electric cars accessible to a much wider audience. Remember, we talked about that $25,000 sweet spot. While the details and the timeline are still uncertain, it's clear that the Model 2 can play a key role in Tesla's goal. For now, we can only wait to see if Model 2 truly becomes a reality, but given Tesla's history of exceeding expectations, we would not be surprised to see this affordable electric vehicle on the road, in the highways and byways, and in urban areas in the next few years. And we want to ask you, what do you think of this car? In our opinion, if Elon can finally create a Tesla Model 2 priced at only $25,000, it might be worth the wait. Do you agree? Thank you so much for watching our video. If you found the content helpful and want to explore more exciting information about Tesla's electronic vehicles, don't forget smash that like button and be sure you share this video with